What's up, everybody? Ben here. Sorry, I'm hurrying up because my son's on his way over here. He just got out of school. I got his birthday present just kind of laid out here. He's got a full exhaust Borla with the carbon fiber tips and Kook's headers, long tube headers. Got a oil catch can, some new plugs and plug wires, some new let's see, that's the catch can. There's the plug wires, some new plugs. Anyway, some other random stuff. And then the long tube Kook's headers are pretty badass. And then that's his new dirt bike, a fresh Yamaha YZ250F. So it's he's already got that. He's aware. He was there when we ordered all this stuff, so he knows. But he hadn't seen the exhaust yet. It just came in. So I'm really excited. He's going to pull up soon and see if I can't catch his reaction. He may not react much because, like I say, he's already seen this. Ooh, there he is. What's up, son?
Exhaust?
You came in? Yeah, just inside.
Yeah.
I thought you wanted to check it out.
I was like, holy smokes.
Yes, I got all your stuff all set up. Happy birthday, son.
That's awesome.
So, anyways, those tips look pretty wicked, right?
They do. They're gonna look good on the flat.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah.
They go hold it up to the bat.
Sure.
See how they look, you know. The kid, it took me a little longer getting here because I was watching the kid. So you don't have to worry about the one who's done donuts like yeah, that one's gonna look good. But
All right, here we are. We got the Camaro up on the lift, and we are starting this exhaust install. Of course, we got to start with removing the factory stuff. So, here we go.
that's little.
All right, so we got the factory exhaust system off from front to back. There's the cats. There's a few different joints, but basically the whole thing just dropped by itself after you let all the hangers loose and disconnect the flanges from the headers up front, or the exhaust manifolds. So we're gonna lower the car and get to the top side of the exhaust manifolds and start taking them loose. And here is the worst part of a factory 6th gen exhaust system, is the squish. They all have this. Even my Z01 has this. It's just part of it. I just guess GM thinks that's necessary. So, there it goes. Shop cat, making biscuits. All right, so we already got started a little bit on the under hood stuff. Removed the coolant jug from over here on this side to give us some room, and removed the engine cover sides, I guess, just because no need for those, give us a little extra room. So next we're going to take out this air box, and I think we'll have access and start pulling the plug wires out after that. So here we go. All right, so we have completed disassembly. Got the factory exhaust manifolds off, got all the spark plugs out. You can kind of see that here. The exhaust manifolds and the heat shields were probably the hardest part, pretty awkward. On this side, you got a dipstick to deal with, a coolant jug, this bracket that has some other hoses and harnesses on it. This side was a little further open, but of course the main thing is you just got the air box out. That was the only thing large on this side. Here's a good comparison of, this is the driver's side long tube header next to the driver's side exhaust manifold. We were able to leave the lower heat shield on that one. The passenger side, we had to remove both heat shields, but it was possible to get to the bolts. It's funny, they're all different shapes, and these heat shields are kind of awkward shapes, the way they bolt on and everything like that. But anyways, here it is. Those bolts were not torqued very tight at all. I guess they had anti-seize on them, so they are, you know, they didn't have any kind of like real torque or anything on them like that. It was pretty easy, and the anti-seize worked. So now we're going to start with putting in the aftermarket spark plugs first. We got to figure out where this heat shroud goes. It wraps around some wires or some lines or something on under the hood before we put the long tube headers back in, and then we'll crack open our exhaust gaskets right here and slide a long tube header in. We'll see. That's probably gonna be tight. We bought all these parts from Lonestar Horsepower in Lubbock, Texas, and they told us that there is a certain part of this where we have to loosen the subframe underneath the car. I'm not sure if that's the headers or if that's for the exhaust system, like the mid pipe or something, but we'll get into it and find out. All right, so we have the headers in place. They're just laying in there with a bolt holding them in place. We've got to get the gaskets in there, get everything lined up, and then put in the permanent bolts. That is a heck of a task. They are tight. You do have to remove the steering shaft. You can see here and here. We took a middle section out of the steering shaft. You do have to remove the starter on this side. Lots of little things just have to be kind of undone just to make way and make room for all of that stuff. Went ahead and put some heat wrap on this main positive battery terminal, as well as this harness down low. Down here, that bottom one does not have heat wrap. From the factory, these lines are heat wrapped. So Lonestar Horsepower has a kit, if you will, that includes that wrap and some special fasteners from Stage 8 that are locking fasteners. Nice hardware there too. So I do not have anti-seize. I'm gonna go get some anti-seize to put on those spark plugs. I need to get that on there. And then we will begin permanent installation of the headers after that. So lots of work, lots of fun. All right, so we got one side torqued, got everything done, I think, properly. There is a torque sequence. You're supposed to tighten the center bolt first, and then you basically move out from there. You go center, then this one, then this one, then this one, then this one. And I just kind of did that gradually, getting more and more turns and tighter on it. After I had it ugga-dugga, then I got the torque wrench out. And the only spec I could find was 22 foot-pounds, which is really not that much, but that's okay because this is going into an aluminum head, so I guess you don't want it that tight. I'll check them after a few miles. Got the heat wrap on this big positive battery lead, got the heat wrap on this harness down there. I talked about that earlier. Put the dipstick back in. That's interesting. You kind of thread it back in. Put this bracket back on. Now we're ready to put on our new plug wires. Got these MSD models. They all look the same. I don't know if there is a difference, but you'll notice there's a number on the tip of each one, and I don't know what that means. All the numbers are different. And, you know, I could line them up and check. They might be like just a smidge different lengths. I haven't really paid attention to that. They're all very short, obviously, because it's coil pack. But I think we're okay. Okay, well, I'm gonna get into that because, like, for example, this one does look like it's a 1/4 inch longer. So I don't know. I'll see if I can figure out if those numbers on the end mean anything. Yep, put those on.
Look at your stomach. It's protruding from your body. You're making her like break my leg.
All right, now we're done. Also put in a catch can. Did not go through any kind of video about that, but it's, I think I'm missing a part. I need a clamp or something that goes there. But anyways, as far as the exhaust goes, we're done. Kook's headers and Borla full exhaust. This is the Borla S type, which is like their middle level. It has 2 sets of mufflers, plus we got the cats from Kook's. So my son chose carbon fiber tips, which look awesome. They make, you know, that classic hot rod V8 sound, but, you know, it's kind of modern look and feel to it. So let's fire it up. We did our first, you know, heat cycle last night, and it sounds good, looks good. Let me see, I'm not sure if the remote start will work. We might already have a check engine light. Okay, well, thanks for watching. We're going to take this to Lonestar Horsepower to get some tuning done now. And like and subscribe if you want to see more progress of this build. See you next time.